people, it's your lady in Ankara. Oh, sorry, this is Kente. My Ghanaian friends are going to come for me. Okay, let's do African print. So, hi people, it's your lady in an African print. Welcome to my YouTube channel again. Like I promised in my last video, I said I would bring somebody for us to deliberate more on the issue of accent. So here with me today is Natalie Lunzer.
Hi everyone, I'm here for you Jews and my first interview on YouTube ever. I'm really excited to be here, so let's get into it.
Yeah, so I've written down a few questions for Natalie. So we want to hear her perspective on accent, what she thinks accent is really. So let's do it.
Okay.
So Natalie, have you traveled outside the United States before?
Yes, so I have, but for me, I've only been to Switzerland and France, so I can say culture-wise, it's not that far from here. And also in both of those countries, most people do speak English. Depending on where I was, there were some places where people didn't. But when I did travel, it made me want to go to some place that is completely unlike America.
Oh, nice. So do you believe this statement that people that have traveled are more culturally sensitive or aware of other people's culture?
Yes, and especially for people who have been to cultures that are very different than their own, I 100% think that they're more culturally sensitive and are more willing to also understand and accept different cultures.
That's nice. So you watched my last video, right?
I did.
So people like Natalie has been a support system. She has been supporting this channel. She's like, Uju, when are you releasing your next video? I want to watch, I want to learn. So she watched my last video and she had some comments about that, which I really appreciated so well. So like, have you been on the action side before? Like maybe you're talking to somebody and you're like, oh, you have an accent, where are you from? Have you like done that before, or friends that have done that?
So for me personally, because I am originally from the Chicago suburbs, you see more people who are from like all over the place and everywhere. It's very much a melting pot. So for me, normally when I meet someone, even if I can tell they clearly have an accent, I usually just talk to them. But then at some point, if I am curious, I will be like, so like, where are you from? But I told you when I watched your last video, I don't think I've ever personally, when I met someone just right off the bat, been like, oh, I love your accent. But I was surprised when I watched your last video that can be kind of offensive and condescending, because I would have thought that wouldn't bug anyone. So I was happy I watched that and also learned that.
Yeah, I like that. You know, like when you say, actually, it's not like it really bugs us. It bugs us, let me just say it, but like, it's the way it comes off as, you get what I mean?
Because you said it's kind of like what they first say to
you.
And that's where I could get how no matter what they're saying, that would be annoying, especially when you're just trying to chat with someone and you don't, probably after a while, you don't want to talk about where you're from all the time,
Yes, exactly. So you're like, okay, is it that this accent is pretty or something else? But yeah, it somehow makes us
it's
uneasy.
A weird way to kind of bring it up too. Like, and I did think it was also interesting when you said that at that point it's like, just ask where we're from. Like, don't beat around the bush. Like, it's like if you have a question, just ask us.
Just ask, because for sure that is what you actually want to know, you know? Yeah, so then my other question is, do you think when people say this, like they're like, you have a pretty accent, do you think they really mean it, or they want to patronize you? Or I just don't know. What do you feel?
So I actually, before I came here, I talked to some of my other friends who, I have one friend who's from Chile, so like someone else who came from another country. And I talked to people about it, got other people's opinion. And everyone who I personally talked to said, well, one, they said, like, we don't usually do that. But they said that, and I kind of agree that I don't think anyone would intentionally do it to be patronizing or want to offend you. But I could see people, if they're not comfortable or not used to being around someone who is from another country, trying to, like, not knowing the best way to approach it. And maybe they don't necessarily mean it, like maybe they don't think it's pretty,
Mm-hmm.
but I could see them saying that trying to compliment you. I don't think, personally, I don't think, or I hope that people are doing it to be patronizing.
Yeah, I think I see that too. Maybe at times people might be like stunned, especially in a city like Fort Collins, right?
Yeah, well,
Where like people, like we are not diverse, it's
no,
mainly
it's where
mainly white
everyone's
people.
white.
Yes, everyone is
yeah.
white. Like, so when they see that person that is different and hear that as they're like, okay, I need to find out where this person
And
is
also
from.
too, it's like not only is there just not a lot of black people out here, it's also like in general, you have someone and you can see they're black, but then they also have an accent on top of it. So, and they're not used to that.
Yeah, so you come up with, I need to know.
I could just see them being like thrown off guard and being like, your accent's pretty. And I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to ask that. Yeah, I see that. I see that too. So, Natalie, my next question is: what is your take on interacting with people with accents? Do you think when people listen more, they will understand this accent, right? Because when I did, actually, my last video sparked a lot of arguments. Like I have a friend. He's from Nigeria too. He told me, do you know, at times I've been on this coin, like asking people where they are from, and I've gotten it a lot. So he went on to say that I actually think that when people listen, when they try to listen, maybe listen to you speak, they might be able to understand what you're saying instead of going like, yes, can you come again? Can you repeat yourself? You know, I'm like, yes, I think so, because whenever I make a call, right, if I'm talking to a customer service person and it's a white person that picks the phone and the person's like, like saying, going on and
very
on,
fast,
very fast. I'm like, please, can you slow down?
I talk a little
you
slower.
know,
I'm like, is that why you put me on here? Just kidding.
I'm like, please, can you slow down and so I can understand what you're saying? So do you feel that way, like when you come across or approach somebody with a different accent? Do you think if the person talk a little slower, you can be able to understand?
I think it's hard to say because I feel like most accents I come across, to me, no one's ever sounded like they were talking too fast.
Okay.
But it's more the pronunciation that sometimes I'll get hung up on, and we talked about this earlier before shooting, or that I won't understand. But I do agree that, if you listen to someone more, you get exposed to a certain type of accent more, you're going to be more used to it. And also I can say just from talking to you, I don't think there's been a lot of times where I'm like, wait, what was that? But I don't know if it depends person to person. And also too, I can say phone calls, like even for me, I'm repeating myself a lot. So I think it's just like phone calls are different, and maybe it's different depending on who you're talking to.
Who you're talking to.
Because also I probably sound a lot slower than most
most white people. They actually sound a lot faster. They're like, what? Like, oh, slow down, I can't understand.
People in Colorado talk really fast. At least that's something I noticed when I first moved out here.
So like in Chicago, people talk a little slower?
Yes. And it's kind of part of the accent, but it's something I never noticed until I moved up here and everyone told me I talk slow, and I was like, why did I never get that before?
You know, like I've heard that people from the south, like southern part of America, like Texas, they have a different accent entirely.
Yes.
So do you think
like y'all and everything,
so like if you meet somebody from Texas, right, and the person is talking, will you like ask the person, you have an accent, where are you from, or you're just gonna say this is a southern accent? Like how are you gonna approach that?
I feel like I've never met that many people from the south. It's stupid, but I do have one friend who's from Texas, but to me she has no accent at all. But that's rare. It's just like the part of Texas she's from. But if she ever throws in a y'all or like a Waldorf y'all, or like I don't know, they have like abbreviations for things, I'll just be like, what? Like, what was that? Can you repeat that? But I think that's also something different where I feel like if someone is from like Africa, it's the same thing I talked about earlier, where people are more like tiptoeing and scared to like be like, what were you saying? Like, oh, that's different.
Yes. Okay. So like this, we've talked a lot about accents. So Natalie, do you have like any question for me at all? Maybe like my experiences, or maybe why I'm talking about accent. Like, do you want to ask me anything?
I guess one thing that I saw in your last video that kind of made me sad was you talked about how a lot of people feel as though they have to Americanize their accents when they come here. And I guess I just wanted to know, like I said, like for the most part, I don't have trouble understanding, but it kind of sounds like that's not usually the case.
Yeah, like
And have you done that?
I wouldn't say, because I taught, right? I taught
Yeah.
some kids when I was in school. So I wouldn't say that I've necessarily tried to Americanize my accent. Like, what I try to do is to speak out, try to be loud, try to pronounce my words correctly. I know for sure it can be like the American accents,
Yeah.
Then one thing I know, like in America, you guys call anti.
Oh, like anti?
Yeah,
Or like anti.
Anti, like
Yeah.
ANTI,
Yeah,
right?
anti.
It's like in class, I was hearing it a lot. Anti, multi. I'm like,
You're like, what is this?
I'm-
What are they
exactly.
talking about? Yeah.
I'm like, what is this? Is this not multi and anti?
Mhm.
So that is one thing I never did. Like, I all the times I was in school, like when I was doing my presentation and I am supposed to pronounce that word during my presentation, I never Americanized it. You get what I
I think
mean?
that's okay. I think that's good because
Yeah.
I get trying to make sure people understand you, but I think culture is a good thing. So that's why when you said your one friend was trying to Americanize, I was like, don't do that. I was like, you're from someplace different. Our accents are boring and monotone. Like, don't lose your oomph.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So for me to answer your question, no, I've not done that. But yeah, even some of my friends told me that one person in particular told me that he almost became depressed from it, because he came to America, he started working, and he was getting this a lot, right? You have an accent, where are you from? And people trying to say, can you repeat yourself like over and over
That'd be
again?
frustrating.
Yeah, it was really frustrating for him. So when you watched my video, it was like, I totally understand
and
what
understand
you're trying, where you're
yeah.
coming from. But like, he told me that over time he got over it, right?
Yeah.
He realized,
Got used to it.
yeah, got used to it, and he realized that the accent necessarily wouldn't what would I say, prevent him from maybe like climbing the ladder in his profession. He just needs to be smart at what he does, you know. So he got over it and just didn't fall into depression. I'm like, thank goodness.
Yeah,
you
like,
didn't do
good,
that.
yes.
You didn't do that to yourself. So Natalie, do you have like any final thoughts for the viewers? Like, you want to tell them something?
I don't know. I guess, well, what I said before, like, if you do have an accent, like, don't feel like you need to totally Americanize your accent. I get, like, if you need to pronunciate a little better, but I do think having an accent is a good thing. It makes you different, and I don't think it's something to be upset about. And then I did have one more question for you.
Okay.
So, before you came to America, did you realize that your different accent would be such a big part of moving here, or did you not know?
I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't even like think about that.
Yeah.
Because nobody told me.
Yeah, no one talks about
Yeah,
it.
nobody talked about it, or talks about it rather. You know, nobody said, oh, your accent is going to be different. I just thought, oh, in America they speak English, so I'm fine.
Yeah, I
You
speak
know?
English,
Yeah.
I'm good, yeah.
I don't like speak English, so I'm good, you know. So no, I didn't think about that, to be honest with you. I was like, it's English, so I understand English, I write English, I can communicate, so that wouldn't be a problem. So I didn't think about it until I came here. Then I started realizing that my accent can actually be a problem, you know, or is a problem in communicating, you know. So yeah, I didn't know about it until I came here.
And I feel like that's probably too why it's such like a bigger deal, because you weren't prepared for that.
Yeah.
And then you're getting it all the time, and
Yeah, so honestly, I'm just used to it. You know, something happened in church on Sunday. I'm a Catholic, so I read in church.
Yes.
So I did a second reading last Sunday. So I read, and I read well. So after church, every first Sunday in the months, we normally have a breakfast after
Yes.
church. So a lady walked up to me and she's like, oh, I like the way you read. Can you come join us on our table for breakfast? I'm like, sure, let me grab my breakfast and I'll be
Yeah.
there. So she pointed at their table and said I should come join them, you know?
Yes.
I said, fine. And I went, I sat down, I joined them. So another lady beside me said, oh, I like the way you read, you know, you read so loud. I'm like, thank you. And the next lady beside her, let me say she should be in her mid-60s
Yeah.
or something.
I'm already like, oh no, what she said.
Exactly.
Based on the age, I'm like, oh no, not a baby boomer. Watch out.
Yes. Like, do you know what she told me? She was
What'd
like,
she say?
when you got up there, I didn't think that I would understand you.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, she said, I didn't think I would understand you, but when you read, I'm like, oh, okay, she read well, and I understood everything you said.
It's like a backhanded compliment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's really rude. Yeah.
I'm like,
No one likes those.
nobody likes them. I'm like,
Yeah.
why did she say this? Is it
She
that
could have just said you read pretty and you read really well, but she had to put in the first part.
the first part that she thought she couldn't understand?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, why do you think that way? Is it because you feel, okay, she's black?
Yeah.
You know, I will have a hard time understanding her accent. You know, when I told my cousin was like, you would have put on the spot, you would have asked her, why do you think you wouldn't understand me? But you know, at times you're like,
Yeah, it's like you don't want to get into
exactly,
it.
you don't want to
it would
get
have
into
been,
it.
But then it's also one of those things where I bet you if you did do that, she would have been like, shut her up. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, not today. I'm not doing this argument.
Yeah,
I just
no.
smiled. I'm like,
You know,
thank
you're
you.
also at church, so it's like not. You're like it's not at a grocery store. or
Exactly. I'm
something,
like,
yeah.
this is a fight I don't want to pick today, or
Yeah.
an argument I want to get involved. I was like, oh, thank you so much. You know, so it's been a lot of getting things every day, not like every day consistently, but constantly rather, but like
It's frequent.
frequent.
And
Yeah.
I'm just sure it's really annoying to just have that. Like,
I
it's
know.
like, don't you guys want to know what my favorite color is or anything else? It's like, I'm sure it just gets frustrating to
I know, but
only be asked that.
I just hope that channels like this might inform people more, you know,
Yeah.
just like, okay, these are the things I shouldn't do, or even if I want to do it, you know, there are better ways I can come off as.
Yes.
Not just that is the only thing I want to know about this person.
Yes, and that's it.
And
And
that's
I get being curious, but there's a point for curiosity and then a point where like, okay, I asked my questions, now like, who are you as an actual person, not just
Not
what country you're from.
You're from, yeah. That is good. So today we're going to play a game. People, we are going to play a game. So Natalie, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. This is an accent game. So she's going to write a word. I don't know what. And
Think of something.
yeah, think of something. I will try and pronounce it with my accent, and she will also pronounce it with her own accent. So let's just see the different ways we can pronounce this. Are you ready?
Yes. Should I just start with one word at first?
Yeah, one word
Okay.
effort. Do you want to show them?
Yes. Wait.
Did they see?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we ready?
Yes. Okay. February.
And I say February. That's not too far off.
That's not too far,
no,
right?
No.
February. Is this with my Igbo accent right now, or February?
February. February.
February.
It's almost like the R silent.
Okay, the R is silent.
Yes. So, which is a stupid thing that with English is that like all the silent letters. Yeah. So the R is silent.
Silent.
So like get rid of that.
Mm-hmm. So February, is that how you pronounce
Yes,
it?
yes.
February.
Yes.
And how I pronounce my own is February. So we try. I don't know, people. You guys should not come for me. Maybe some of you are trying to do the American thing or the phonetics, but me on a normal day on a normal ground, how I pronounce this word is February. February.
Yeah. I don't think it's that far off.
It's not that
No.
far off. Okay.
We'll try a different
Yeah.
one.
Try a different one. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, okay, this one. Wednesday. Yours is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Okay, mine is Wednesday.
Wednesday. It's
Wednesday.
how it's spelled. So I said that. I was like, yeah, it's how it's spelled. That's how I say it in my head when I'm trying to remember how to spell it.
Yeah, Wednesday. But when you're pronouncing it, you do Wednesday.
So it's the same thing where like the N and the E are silent.
Yes, you do Wednesday.
Yes.
And I do Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Okay, yeah. That you see, that's the way accent works.
But it's not like I can't understand what you're trying to say.
Exactly. You understood I was trying to say the day of the week, which is Wednesday.
Yes.
And Wednesday. Yes. So, people, I hope you guys had fun today. I'm watching I Am Natalie deliberate on this accent issue. Feel free to drop your comments, like, share, and if today is your first time of coming across this channel, please do not hesitate to hit the subscribe button.
Somewhere down there.
Somewhere
there.
Hit it and turn on your notification button as well, so you know whenever I release my next video. And if you have any idea at all, DM me, send a comment, whatever, so this channel can remain informative and we all will learn. So we've come to the end of this channel. Thank you so much. And
Thank you for having me. I know. I was nervous at first, but
it was good, right? So bye until next time.